Kimchi is a traditional Korean side dish of salted and fermented vegetables, such as napa cabbage, Korean radish, and cucumber. A wide selection of seasonings are used, including gochugaru, spring onions, garlic, ginger, and jeotgal, and many others. Kimchi is also used in a variety of soups and stews. As a staple food in Korean cuisine, it is eaten as a side dish with almost every Korean meal. Kimchi is the accepted word in both North and South Korean standard languages. Earlier forms of the word include timchi, a Middle Korean transcription of the Sino-Korean word. Timchi appears in Sohakien Han, the 16th century Korean rendition of the Chinese book, Shazu. Sound changes from Middle Korean to Modern Korean regarding the word can be described as timchi, dimchi, jimchi, jimchui, kimchi. Kimchi has been a staple in Korean culture, but historical versions were not a spicy dish. Early records of kimchi do not mention garlic or chili pepper. Chili peppers, now a standard ingredient in kimchi, had been unknown in Korea until the early 17th century due to its being a New World crop. The first writings about kimchi originate from the Goryeo period. During this time, trade exploded with other kingdoms and new vegetables found their way to Korea, including napa or Chinese cabbage. As a result, the way kimchi was prepared changed a lot. The original kimchi was made from radishes since this was a local product, but over hundreds of years, new kinds of vegetables and spices were used to prepare different variations of the dish. The fiery fermented food is South Korea's national dish. The tradition of making and sharing it is listed as an intangible cultural heritage by UNESCO that reaffirms Korean identity. And the dish is an integral part of every meal, so much so that when South Korea launched its first astronaut to space in 2008, it sent kimchi with her. The controversy started when International Organization for Standardization posted new regulations for the making of pao chai, a similar pickled vegetable dish from Sichuan, China. ISO listing clearly states this document does not apply to kimchi, but China's state-run Global Times newspaper quickly pounced on the certification, claiming it as an international standard for the kimchi industry. South Korea's agricultural ministry dismissed the Chinese claims, releasing a statement saying, "It is inappropriate to report without differentiating kimchi from pao chai of China's Sichuan." According to Dr. Sajun Lim, the co-director of the Institute of Korean Studies at the University of Central Lancashire, Korean kimchi is often served in China under the name pao chai. And, to add further confusion, China has its own fermented dish that it also calls pao chai, which is the dish that recently won ISO certification. But this pao chai, which China claims as a part of kimchi, is a pickled vegetable, which is something very different from kimchi. According to Fuchsia Dunlop, author of the book The Food of Sichuan, and a Chinese culinary expert, pao chai literally just means vegetables pickled in brine. And while kimchi is layered with ground chilies and fermented with seafood, neither of those are present in Sichuanese pao chai. The biggest difference is that Szechuan pickle use a brine of salt water and spices, whereas for kimchi, you massage the cabbage with salt and pickle it in its natural juices. Korea designated November 22nd as Kimchi Day. By amending the Kimchi Industry Promotion Act in February 2020 to properly inform kimchi's excellence by reflecting on its cultural value and significance. Kimchi Day was decided on November 22nd because Korean households usually make kimchi around this period. From old times, our ancestors considered the ideal kimchi making season around November 7th at the setting in of winter or November 22nd at the first snow of the season. This period is late fall when farming is done for the year, the best moment for kimchi's long-term storage throughout winter. Although we now see some differences in the kimchi making season due to fluctuating situations driven by the industrial society, such as global warming. Korea's central districts usually make kimchi at the first snow of the season. Also, November 22nd symbolizes that each main and minor kimchi ingredient gathers one by one to present over 22 signs of effectiveness. Kimchi's numerical symbol that main and minor ingredients gather one by one for 22 signs of effectiveness implies its endless health functionalities. You can put whatever ingredient you want in kimchi, and its health functionality changes according to its materials and fermenting method, so its benefits are infinite. This also means that anyone anywhere in the world can make kimchi since its ingredients are unlimited. With localized fermenting methods forming new health functionalities benefiting residents in each region. In other words, Kimchi Day implies Korea's wish to share kimchi's nutritious value worldwide and succeed the Kimjeon cultural tradition as UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage of humanity.